What's up, YouTube? Hope you're having a great day. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing a full day of eating as a medical student, but per usual I do a lot of my meal prepping in advance, so I'm doing that now, cooking it up. But I'll see you guys tomorrow to see how many macros and how many calories I eat. So I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow. Let's go.
Good morning. All right, so today we're going to follow exactly what I eat during the day, count all my calories, count all my macros. So we're starting the day off with some greens protein powder. I use KOS, one because I love the way that they actually make this stuff. It tastes delicious, but also because every single ingredient is organic, which is super important when you're eating your vegetables. So the main things in here, they have a alpha superfood blend, an alkalizing greens blend, they have a fruit and veggie blend and a digestive probiotic blend. And like I said, everything in here is organic, which is super important. So we're gonna get one scoop of this, count it in our calories in MyFitnessPal, and keep the day going. All right, so all you have to do for this is you just open up the MyFitnessPal app. You go and you add a meal, and by doing so you go to scan barcode. I scan the barcode of the product and then it pops up super quick and easy. So MyFitnessPal is going to wait, then I'm going to be taking my measurements for the overall macros and calories that I'm going to be inputting and trying to hit a goal. About to enjoy myself some coffee, and because I don't really add anything into it, I don't count it in the macros for the day. So cheers to the morning. All right, so I'm about to hop on the bike, do my Anki carbs, but before I do, I want to make sure that I have something really sitting in my stomach so that way I don't get hypoglycemic. So what do I do to counteract that is I enjoy myself some dates. If you put these in the fridge, so they pretty much just taste like candy. So I'm gonna enjoy 2 of these, put them into MyFitnessPal. Let's see, so for serving size of 3, it comes out to 29 carb. So around 20 carb for 2 little dates. So I'm gonna get myself some of these, fill up on some water, and onto the bike we go. All right, finished up some of my morning Anki, did about 500 or so carbs, burned about 450 calories, so a great start to the morning, but now I'm starving. Time for breakfast, my typical oats. For my oats, I do about half a cup of oatmeal, and then I just fill it up with water, throw it into the microwave for 2 minutes, and I'll show you guys what I put on top and how much of it I'd use. All right, so I just filled it up with water now. It's not like it's overflowing, but just over the amount. And then let's throw it into the microwave at 2 minutes. Let's go. I then followed up with 2 servings of PB Fit. Easy way to get protein in without jeopardizing all the fat from typical peanut butter. So 2 servings, we'll put it at 32 grams. And I just use my scale. Perfect. Again, and then I add wild blueberries organic, a nice little sweet tooth addition to the morning breakfast. And I do half a serving, so half a serving puts it at 70 grams. I'm okay to go over 75. All right, that's good enough for me.
just finished up my typical breakfast. Always go with the oatmeal with PB Fit and some blueberries on top. But so what's my goal for counting the macros today? So typically, I'm not really trying to like lose weight or really gain any weight, just try to keep a good maintenance. So my goal for today is about 200 grams of carbs, about 180 protein, and about 60 grams of fat. I used to track all my macros, so I've gone through a bit of phases where like gained crazy amounts of weight. That was studying for the MCAT, and then actually last winter, just being home after being in DC, I don't know what happened. I guess it was just constant home cooked food, and it just got to me. So after that, I started training more, started really watching my macros and calories more. But now that I'm in med school, I'm not sure if I'm like really hitting good amount of calories. So that's kind of my plan for today. That's why I decided to even make this video, so that way I can share with you guys what I am planning to try to hit as far as macros and calories go, and then go from there. I've never been really too focused on overall like calorie count to make sure that I'm hitting the 2,000 required calories. I mainly focus on the macros, and then the calories will fix its way in from there. But yeah, that's the plan for today. So gonna go shower up, probably head to school to get some more studying in because I just want to get out of my apartment. And then I have a meeting. I'm going to have lunch later, dinner, and then maybe some snacks in between. So we'll see. I'll keep you guys apprised of what I eat, when I eat it, and how that adds into my macro count. Just gonna have some protein powder before I head off to class, make sure I'm nice and full, but this is a brand new tub of protein. I like to use the Orgain Sport Protein. I just like using vegan protein, just feels like it digests better in my stomach. And then this one in particular has 5 grams of branched chain amino acids, which is also an added benefit. But brand new opened up tub of protein. Now we'll have to scoop through and actually find the scooper, whatever it's called. So gonna have some protein in me. And because it's a plant-based protein powder, it actually has more fat and carbs than typical. So if we look here, it's 7 grams of fat for 2 scoops. The 2 scoops also has 14 grams of carbs, but minus the dietary fiber and erythritol, that brings you down to 3 grams of carbs. And then overall, this thing has 30 grams of protein. So a little bit extra fat than is typically found in whey protein, but I think it digests better and my stomach does a better job of handling it. So that's why I stick with the Orgain Sport Protein blend. All right, time to head into school, go to the library, get some studying done, use Pixarize, use Anki cards, listen to lectures, have a protein bar with me in case I get hungry, but I'll take you guys through, see what else I eat throughout the day.
Which is the concentration of the drug receptor over the total receptor.
All right, just got back from studying and had a meeting with one of our coaching mentors in medical school about how to be successful, but about to have a lunch, the typical eggs and toast. Let's go. All right, time to actually show you guys how I make my eggs and toast that I make every single day. So let's get right into it. Always start off with a nice pan here. And then I like to use the avocado oil spray because, like my boy Max Tuning always says, if you guys have never heard of Max Tuning, I'll leave his link in description. Awesome YouTuber, hilarious. And so we make it nice and hot. And like he says, with the spray oils, it's 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Because look at that. 0 calories, 0 everything. All right, so I get that nice and hot. And then with this, I usually use about 150 to 200 mils of egg whites. Trader Joe's. And then I will throw typically 2 to 3 eggs. Depends on how I'm feeling. So we got the eggs here. And then we got some bread. I really like this sprouted wheat sourdough bread. One, because it's not super calorie dense, but for a single slice, there's 14 grams of carbs, 2 of which are dietary, but it's all organic and it's sprouted bread, which is somehow better for you. I don't remember why, but at some point I was told that it was, and so I've listened. So I have that, and then on the bread, I'll typically put just a little bit of this Kerrygold Irish butter. I really like Kerrygold because it's 100% grass-fed beef, which means grass-fed for the cows. Make better butter. So that's that. Let's get right into it. Without it making a huge mess. So while it's still slightly runny up top, I slide it onto my plate. Then take this and well, that did not work out how I liked. One, a two, a three. And off it goes onto the plate. Didn't turn out how I liked, but we do what we can. All right, so now I want to grab my toast. Look at how nice and toasty this is. Look at that, perfect. So I'm gonna use that there. Then I'm gonna take the butter. Gotta turn this off first. Take the butter, throw it on the scale, tear it, get my handy fork, and then I'm going to take off as much butter as I want for a piece. So there's a bit there. Here's a little bit more. So I took 5 grams, which I'll then calculate in using my FitnessPal. See, all I do is the negative, tear it, and it works. And this is lunch. Boom. All right, so this meal puts me at about 40 grams of protein, another 30 grams of carbs, and about 20 grams of fat. So a little bit higher on the fat side, just catching up from this morning. And then I'm gonna enjoy this and see how the rest of the day goes with our macros. All right, time to dig in. First bite, best bite. Let's go. All right, all finished up with my meal. My plate nice and clean. I'm gonna watch some lectures before I grab a quick early dinner for my class later tonight. So I'll see you guys for meal number 3. Just finished up a lecture on glycogen metabolism, which funny enough is somewhat about this video today. But then I got a little hungry, so I'm about to have one of these One Perfect protein bars. They are so good and so tasty. So this one is the cinnamon roll flavor. So I typically alter between the cinnamon roll and then they have a birthday cake, which I absolutely love. But the macros for this, 9 gram fat, 23 carb, and 20 protein. So a good amount of macros in here before I jump into cholesterol synthesis and metabolism. All right, so my sweet tooth kicked in and I'm gonna have some dried pineapple rings. It's for 2.5 rings, 40 grams, 32 grams of carbs, kind of a lot, but good way to crave, or good way to, alleviate the sweet tooth without it being, filled with all the other extra bad stuff that would go into for most desserts.
All right, time for my early dinner before I have my PDX class later. So I'm trying to decide, what do I want to eat? Do I want to have my chicken egg fried cauliflower rice or ground turkey and sweet potato? And I was thinking I would ask you guys, but then you wouldn't know because you're going to be seeing this in the future after I've eaten it and chose it. So I'll just pick the more convenient one. Decided to go with the ground turkey and sweet potato here. So like I said earlier in the video, I had already prepped this all out and had the measurements already made for me. Well, not made for me. I made the measurements of how much I wanted to intake. So in here, I have 6.5 ounces of ground turkey with 5 ounces of sweet potato. So throw that into my fitness pal. All right, so this meal is a little bit higher in overall macros. It's more macro dense. So there is about 28 grams of protein, 24 grams of fat, and then about 30 grams of carbs in this meal. So this should hold me off for the rest of the night and maybe a little snack later on. But I'm gonna top it off with what I always top off most of my meals with, the spicy lime tahini. This stuff, again, is amazing, but high in fat. So it's 7 grams for 2 tablespoons, but measured out on my scale, so I'm more accurate with counting macros, especially with sauces, because those can add up very quickly. All right, so about half a serving of the sauce. Gonna relax and enjoy this meal before I'm off to class. So see you guys later. So I'm trying my best to get all my liquids in, all the fluids, so that way I'm well hydrated. And an easy way for me to drink a bunch more is actually through sparkling water. So I love my Soda Stream. I don't add any flavor to it. All it is adds carbonation into just regular water, and I just constantly can be drinking this. So getting a lot of fluids in, so I'm well hydrated and I can think properly throughout the day. So I'm gonna enjoy the sparkling water, enjoy my dinner before I see you guys later for the last meal of the day. All right, just got home from my PDX class. It's currently 8 o'clock. Took a little bit longer, but we got to practice some cool maneuvers and about to have my last meal. So it's a little bit late, so I'm not gonna eat anything too heavy. I just have a protein shake and obviously the best fruit in the world, a Honeycrisp apple. But leave a comment down below. Let me know if or what your favorite fruit is. And if it's not a Honeycrisp apple, we're gonna have a problem here. So, all right, so what does the full day of eating macros look for us? It is protein at 181 grams. We have carbs at 214 grams and fat at 68 grams total. So slightly high on carbs and fat, slightly under on protein, but you know what? I'm happy with the goal, hit kind of where I wanted to hit. Feel good, got the right macros in me, and didn't really have anything too crazy. I have a test coming up, so I bought myself a lot of snacks that are like dessert snacks to, give me that extra motivation to study. Didn't touch those because this is really what I eat typically in a day. Well, looks like I just cut off the video there. It's now Jason in the editing studio a few days later. Just wanted to thank you guys again for, sticking around to the end and really watching and supporting my videos. Really means a lot. So please be sure to like and subscribe. Tell all your friends about this because we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Can't do it without your help. But I'll catch you guys in the next one as we embark on the journey of MD in the making. Peace.